Today, day 3 of our 40 Days of Christ campaign, we will continue looking at God's plan for mankind with the topic, A God of Peace. What kind of world would God call very good? God created the world and everything in it to reflect His perfect nature. This includes peace and harmony. Genesis 1:31 says that God declared that His creation was very good. This meant that God's creation was working just as He had planned. All parts were working together in an efficient manner. All parts were agreeable and pleasing. There was no chaos. However, when sin was introduced, all of creation reacted in rebellion. Man has been chosen as the ruler over all of the earth. He was key to sustaining the peaceful harmony which God had created. Sin threw a wrench into a well-oiled machine. When man began to work to please himself and to gratify selfish desires, he set the world on a course of self-destruction. The moment man began to worship the creation instead of God, the world began to decay. God has allowed the world to slowly decay while the world has been subjected to an ever-increasing rebellion against God. This corruption will continue until the sons of God are revealed and the kingdom of God is established. For all of creation is waiting eagerly for that future day when God will reveal who His children really are. As the world decays, those things which were to work in harmony began to work in disharmony. In particular, man fights against man. Instead of focusing on God and doing His will, man focuses on his own desires. These personal desires of man are at odds with each other. As a result, the peace which God originally intended for this world to have begins to erode. Marriages break up. Political disagreements cause stalemates within the government. To get what they want, financial institutions and corporations steal from those they promise to serve. Countries fight over oil and land. And ultimately, because the truth has been distorted, they fight over which God is the true God. In response to the chaos of this world, God sent His only Son, Jesus Christ. He lived the perfect life of a man. He worshiped God continually and did the will of His Father. In doing so, the entire world was subject to His will. Because He did the will of the Father, He was triumphant over things which brought chaos into the world. But ultimately, He conquered death. Jesus solves our problems by settling our sin debt with God. Because of sin, man lives a life of futility. Even as believers progressively become like Jesus Christ, the body is still subject to death. But the good news is that all who accept Jesus Christ as Lord will one day be raised in incorruption. When that day occurs, all of creation will once again exist in peace. Our responsibility is to accept Jesus Christ as the Lord of our life. By accepting Christ, man is able to bring his sin nature under subjection. As sin is brought into subjection, man can experience peace with God. When God's children are united with Christ in His glory, the physical world will all be at peace. We can have the peace of God even while our physical bodies are decaying. We can have this peace knowing that one day Christ will give us a new and glorious body. The greatest hope of the gospel, however, is the establishment once and for all of the kingdom of God. In His kingdom, there will be peace forevermore. We all have a choice to make. You may choose to live in a peace with God, or you may choose to continue in rebellion and fight against God. I pray that you will choose peace. This is Laleen Caldwell, founder of LKC Ministries and the 40 Days of Christ campaign, asking you to commit to building the kingdom of God. Thank you.